Capitalism is the economic system that relies on the consumer to partake in commercial prosperity by purchasing goods and services that allow the country to flourish.
But I don't like pineapple. I don't like the taste, it's not really for me, so I'm not gonna be buying any more of these. I just defeated capitalism. Unless, of course, I don't know, there was a recognizable face on the can to shut off my judgmental receptor so I can impulsively buy more.
See, I hate pineapple, but man, I just love shapes and colors. Brand collaborations are a great way to incentivize compulsive purchases. Sometimes they could have actual blood, sweat, and tears put into them. Other times, the only appeal is, oh, it's that thing I recognize with that other thing I recognize. I feel so special and included.
But sometimes a collab can go the extra mile. They go above and beyond to create something that just oozes love and appreciation for their respective series. The Haunted Fanta Factory is not one of those, but let's talk about it anyway.
Yeah, so get this. Fanta wants you to know that they're not like other sodas. This can of corn syrup knows how to get a little quirky at night. So they collaborated with popular horror movie characters to appeal to the collective fan bases that these massive series hold. Cause nothing makes me scream in horror louder than orange. And they kicked off this sugary orgy of IPs by releasing this actually kind of cool commercial depicting the very characters plastered all over this collab. Honestly, it's an impressive amount of effort for something inherently not that big of a deal. So I'll commend them for that. Someone at the helm must have saw a bigger opportunity though, because along with this commercial, they released a small little game called The Haunted Fanta Factory on their official website, promising players to face off against their favorite horror characters.
Well, what are we waiting for? I've always wanted to meet these colleges of child predators. So I bought this $1,000 laptop for nothing.
Really? This, you couldn't fit this on a browser. I get that more people are gonna have their phones readily available to use rather than the computer, but it would have still been nice to have the option at least. Or maybe they didn't want us to use a keyboard because it would have made things too easy. This game controls like butter. As in, the floor is smeared with butter and I just slipped and fell face first onto the ground. Holy moly, this game feels so floaty and weightless. It's like my character is magnetically repelled from the ground. Yet every time I jump, it feels like gravity suddenly decides to start working again, and I fell harder than my grandma when she broke her ankles. It's a bizarre experience, and it doesn't help that I get no feedback with this first strap joystick. But whatever, no one came here expecting flawless controls. We're here for one thing, the Kid Crunchers. Seriously, every one of these characters have attempted or successfully murdered a child. So let's get to it. You have 3 characters to choose from: boy, girl, boy. I decided to go as girl because I wanted to. First off, we got the Chucky level. You know, Chucky was actually the horror movie character that gave me the most amount of trauma as a kid. So it's finally time to confront my fears. Alright, so we go around exploring the stage, collecting Fanta cans while pushing boxes, and oh, look at that, we're already done. Okay, so next level, the shape himself, Michael Myers. Poor guy had a rough go around in those last few movies. Kinda spit on his reputation a bit there, but it's fine, he's back for another chance. Alright, so we go around exploring the stage, collecting Fanta cans while pushing boxes, and we're done.
Megan?
We go around exploring the stage, collecting Fanta cans while pushing boxes.
Okay, look, there's just not much to this game, alright?
This is as basic as a quick tie-in can get. This is the equivalent of all those Mario clones you find on the App Store. There is no reason to play this game other than to point and clap at the titular horror characters. So, how are they handled? They're stuck on a single walk cycle going back and forth. No attack animations, no voice lines, no nothing. They're not even much of a threat. They don't charge at you when they see you. They just frolic back and forth trying to walk off that high they got from all the sugars and the sodas floating in the air. Oh, and don't worry about them getting in the way. Just use their deadliest weaknesses against them. Boxes. The unbeatable element of wood, oh no! See, this is what all those people in the movie should have used. Yeah, just leave your guns at home, you didn't use them anyway. Just bring a couple of boxes and trap them forever. Also, death literally means nothing in this world. Seriously, there is no health or penalty or game over. You just slip on blood and immediately respawn. Ugh, okay, I guess I might as well finish off listing these characters. Level 3 is Mathregan. Haha, clever, not even sure if that was intentional. Man, poor Megan. Her fate was taken from her. She was supposed to be the next horror icon, and now she's an icon, alright. An icon of what not to do. Even now, her face was plastered all over the place at Universal Halloween Horror Nights. Like, they clearly wanted her to be the next big thing. So why? Why did they turn her into an action hero in the sequel? I don't even hate this movie, it's just ugh, and kind of ugh, and a little ugh, you know? It'd be really funny if in the sequel they didn't just ignore this movie. They just made Megan go, you know what, being nice is boring, I'm going back to killing, and completely undo everything in the last one. Anyway, level 4 has the one and only, just kidding, there's like 1,000 versions of him, Freddy Fazbear. Why isn't he level 5? Alright, give me a moment to gush about this real quick. Even if it's just for a silly soda campaign, it is so cool to see Freddy being held up next to these horror icons. From a $0 raised Kickstarter to his own Halloween horror maze, this greasy, unwashed mammal has come a long way. Plus, he was the only part of this game that actually scared me when he decided to become God. Next up is the Grabber from Black Phone. Kind of an odd choice to save this guy for your big last level. I like this movie well enough, but why him specifically? Because his second movie was coming out, obviously. Why else would they even include him in this whole thing? I've seen some people call this guy an industry plant because of all the attention he was getting, which I think is a little unfair. But you can tell, even the underpaid intern who made this game wasn't all that interested, because the Grabber only appears one time in the level, and the other two threats is just Freddy Fazbear again. Why? Hang on. Freddy is the only character that gets to appear in 2 levels. He was front and center in the commercial. His face was given to the main Fanta flavor, and is the only one in the game that actually makes noise via mechanical footsteps.
They keep giving him so much attention. Is it possible that these guys respect Five Nights at Freddy's? No!
Let's be honest, they gave FNAF extra attention not because they actually respect the series, but because they know schmucks like me would absolutely suck it up.
But guess what? It didn't work on me. What the fuck?
Lastly is a bonus level where all the big villains come together for their ultimate final evil scheme. Trying to steal soda.
And that was the Haunted Fanta Factory. It's about what I expected from something like this. Very rudimentary and schlockily put together.
The only appeal is seeing all these horror icons in one game, and that's it. It plays okay and looks fine enough. The art style is, existent. But you know, in this day and age where you can use AI to pump out a blasphemous abomination of an advertisement, I appreciate the extra little no effort this game put into its drawings.
I prefer soulless corporate art styles as to soulless corporate AI slop. Yes, the bar is that low. This game rewarded you with tokens that you could use to try to win prizes, like movie tickets or special cups. There's no way anyone has actually won any of these, right? Hey guys, I decided to rebrand my channel to be dedicated to all Fanta discussion. Join us on our next episode where we discuss how Fanta can be the main force in fighting back against chlamydia.